Hi, this is Katie. Here is how I might make a graph in Word. By the way, this is for the Scientific Method Lab, and you could just print out the sheet and you could draw it. You could write your graph, or you could, with a PDF, I think you have to have Adobe Acrobat or something like that. But I'm just going to do the graph in Word, and then maybe save this as a PDF. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do is insert a text box. And just a simple text box. And it puts it right in the middle of everything. So a couple of things I'm going to do with this first is I'm going to put the title of the graph in here. Paper towel absorbance is what I'm just going to call it. And then I'm going to put it under everything and then move it here. And let's see, I want to check real quick and see the size. I want to make the font a little bit bigger. Actually, I'm not going to move it under. I'm going to just move it even, make the font 12. And then I'm going to bring it here. And I'm going to fix the position on the page. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure it doesn't have a line. Outline. No outline. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And then I can move the new one down here. And I'm going to call this brand of paper towel. And then I'm going to copy this over here. And I'm going to call this amount of water absorbed grams. You know what? I might even add average. And then I can take this little handle here and turn it. And then drag it. So here's my average amount of water. And then what I'm going to do is the paper towel brands. And we have Bounty. We have, let's see what over here. Let's see. We have Brown Sparkle. So that's Control C and then Control V for copy and paste. So Brown Sparkle and Control C, Control V. No, you know what? I have to make sure that's not dotted. Control C, Control V. And then this is Walmart. And then I'm just going to go Control V because I already had it copied before. And let's see. Viva. So there are our paper towel brands. We have Bounty, Brown, Sparkle, it's not easy to get them exactly straight. Walmart and Viva. And you know, we don't need as many lines as what is on this graph. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe you take off about 11 on that. And I know it only goes up to about 13. So I'm just going to go ahead and crop. Hopefully this is big enough, but maybe that'll give us a little bit more, and we'll see. It's kind of small. All of these went down here. Okay, so we'll see. And I'll just leave them down here for now. And we need to put some numbers in. So we'll just go 1, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see. Here's our numbers. Okay. And we can still move them around. And then that's pretty close, huh? Let's pull it up. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. So, wonder if I could get all these at once. No. Fountain. You know, once I get them close to here, it's nearly impossible to grab them again. So you want to make sure you have them in the right place. So I'm going to get them here for now. And then that way I can still grab them. Sparkle. I'm going to leave a space between them. This can move down. Walmart and Viva. Oh, look, see, I could have made it narrower if I wanted to. And then I'm going to go ahead and go insert shapes. And we'll just take a shape. And let's say bounty is the average is 11.8. So that's going to be just below 12. So here's our bounty. We don't need to move that anymore. And brown is going to be 2.7. I'm just going to go Control C, Control V, and move that over and pull that down to just below 3. And Control C, Control V, and the next one is Sparkle, that's 6.1. So that's going to be just above 6. And I'm just going to move these over so I can tell which one is which. And then we have Walmart. And sometimes I call that WMGV because it's Walmart Great Value. And that is going to be 8.9, so almost at 9. And then Viva. It's going to be the last one. And Walmart Great Value is going to go here. Control C, Control V. And then that's Viva. And that is going to be 12.8, so just about 13. Almost 13. Now, if you want to do different colors on your bar graph, you can. And by the way, you can make bar graphs in Excel pretty easily too. But for example, Bounty, I don't know what color the Bounty label is. So I'm just going to do it fill and then make it, this green looks nice. Brown paper towel, I would like that one to be brown. And I really like this brown in here better than the brown that was there. So there's brown. Okay, and then sparkle, I would like that to be sparkly. So I'm going to go fill and I'm going to look for texture, and that looks a little sparkly. Walmart, that's pretty close to this color for Walmart, actually. Let's see if there's one. Probably not, but I mean, you certainly don't have to do this, but you can if you want. And then Viva, why don't we make that a nice orange? More colors, standard. I think this orange in here. Oh, that's bright. That's Viva. So, and you can change the outline if you want or not. So we have, make sure we have the brand of paper towel where we can tell that is labeling the x-axis. You have the y-axis labeled, and you have your paper towel absorbance labeled. And you know, I could have, don't know if I can still move the whole thing or not. Oh, look what happened. It moved everything over. When I moved that down, I just wanted to add a little space there. So everything got moved over, but you know, just move all of these up at once there. And then I'm going to do the same thing if I can to the, nope. Oh, good. It's going to let me. I'll tell you, once these are close enough to the, once they get too close to the here, then they don't let you pull them up as easily. It's harder to grab onto them. But there, so that is my graph. And surprisingly to a lot of people, and to me the first time I did this lab, then the Viva usually is the most absorbent. So I'm going to save this, and there's 2 ways I can save it, but you can save it as a Word doc. And I did have this bar graph blank, and I'm going to call it bar graph complete, so I don't get the files mixed up. So make sure you send me a completed file. But what you really should do is you should save your lab report as a PDF, because sometimes it cuts things off when it's in a Word doc. So it's always better to save it as a PDF. If you're using an Apple or a Mac, make sure you save it as a PDF, because I can't open Pages files on my computer. And I guess that is it. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps. Have a good night.